Hi, I'm Lisa K. Donner, along with Dave Patterson, Sarah Cowgill, Scott Cosenza, and Kelly Ballard. And this is the Conservative Five, Liberty Nation's online TV news program. Just when you think progressives have played their final hand, they argue to use the Joker as an ace in the hole. That's what the crazed left has finally done. Faced with cow-loving people, whether for pets or for supper, the progressives announce a new idea that's, well, it's not going over too well. See, it's not actually cow flatulence that is the problem with climate change radicals. No, folks, they got it wrong. It's actually the burping. The crazy left, along with Bill Gates, want to mask up American cows. Yes, you heard that right. Cows wearing masks. Welcome, Kelly Ballard. Kelly wrote an excellent piece for LibertyNation.com that has gotten the attention of a lot of people. And we want you to fill us in about this strange new mad cow disease that's affecting people.
Hi, Lisa. Thanks for having me on. So one of the terms we like to use is bovine emissions.
Oh, thank you for that.
And AOC, you know, she got this right. She got the right animal, just the wrong end of the animal. Like you said, it's the burps that's causing the methane gas issues. But so this company decided to make they're more like visors than masks, but they're artificial intelligence. So it measures not just like the heat in the area, it measures how much gas they're emitting, seeing how active the cow is. And these cows have to wear them all the time while they're eating. So when the cow belches, the mask oxidizes that gas and then releases it as carbon dioxide and water vapor into the air. Now imagine being a cow just out there doing your thing and you have to wear a visor to eat. And what happens if the visor determines that cow isn't as efficient as the others? I mean, does it get sent out to pasture? I mean,
it gets eaten. That's what happens. They'll just send it off to slaughter. It's not about that's like the nice way of saying that we're killing another animal.
Right. I mean,
I'm paying $16.99 a pound right now for ribeye at Costco. What's this going to do to the price of beef in the United States of America? That's what I want to know.
You know, I
have to factor in the visor. I can't keep a fly mask on my horse.
I look at what readers are saying, and we've had quite a few readers commenting that this is the most amazing idiocy they have seen from the left in a long time.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Well, it's so important to people that they actually did a study using a satellite, which, you know, wasn't cheap, to study how much methane is being released by cows at a ranch in California. I mean, it's a lot, but those who are against this, what did they call it? Factory farming. They call it factory farming. They said that's the problem, is that they're putting all the animals in one small section instead of letting them roam free. And one farmer even said, what about, you know, back in the day when there were 1 million buffalo running around? You know, they didn't have the problem then, but now we need to put these mask visors on cows. So,
well, Sarah, didn't you say something, or somebody said something to me, that it's a feeding issue? We're basically feeding the cows in a way that makes them have these emissions, you know.
That's the factory farm. Yeah, the factory farm.
Yeah, cows are finished oftentimes at feed. So there's the dairy milking cows, which are one side of the cow industry in America. And that's not what this is about. This is about the cows for eating, which
wait a minute, Scott. I got to ask you a question. So the dairy cows don't have emissions the same way the other cows do?
Well, Kelly's article and the problem that it profiled was with the satellite imagery and so forth, was featured a finishing lot. Basically, the density of cows per acre on a farm that is a dairy producing farm is much lower than on a finishing lot. This is where they basically send cows to fatten them up for slaughter. So for a few months before they're slaughtered, they send them to these places where they eat a diet of corn, which produces a delicious tasting and fantastic marbling effect in the most cost-effective way possible. And that's why it's done. And all the cows are packed together, and they're eating this corn, and emitting methane, I suppose. And so, the problem is that if you want cows that are grass fed and grass finished, which that's certainly a lovely way to go if you can afford it, it raises the cost per beef, per pound of beef significantly because of the increase in resources that it takes. So, you want cheap stuff readily available. Well, you got to pay for it one way or another. And this is one of the ways to pay for it.
City people never get it. I mean, city people never get the idea that, I can go out to 35 acres and see 50 cows having a great time. And, they don't get it. You don't lock them up and feed them and then test their emissions to make sure they're not burping too much. So it's absolutely ridiculous. And they just don't even understand the agricultural process. And
what
nor
does
do
a
they
cow
want
look
to.
like when it's having a great time?
I think, though, that
Cows are happy little critters.
progressives have missed the target here. And, it's not really burping bovines. I think they should put their satellite focus down on Capitol Hill, where you have a number of boutique beer joints. And I suspect that our legislators visit those quite a bit. And who knows what legislative emissions are in
Plenty of
Washington, D.C.
emissions down there on
Legislative.
K Street. Yeah.
Oh boy, K Street. Somebody ought to run a satellite over that and see how much
I just
gas
can't-
is in the air.
I can't believe they're serious about masking up cows, Kelly. I guess that's the thing that most of our readers reacted to.
And what I thought was also funny is they're talking about the certain type of animals, the two toes, like camels. And can you imagine putting those masks on giraffes and and goats and your sheep and whatever else, four stomachs?
The same people that want the grass fed are the ones that want to mask up the cows. I mean, isn't that right, Scott?
It's free methane, right? Why aren't we hearing about some recapturing process whereby we can then use this like power our grills to grill some nice steaks up? That's what I want to know.
And you
It's
are
the
a
food chain.
one-track mind kind of guy today, Mr. Cosen.
Cows, what else do you think about when you think about cows? Is butter,
I'm
milk,
Think about the cute. They're cute.
getting
They're
very
adorable.
hungry.
cheese, and beef?
Yeah.
And
I
cute.
named a whole pasture
Also
once. I
that,
was so
yeah.
bored.
Okay, Dave, you want to wrap this up? One final comment?
Well, I think that Kelly has brought us to a subject that is of extreme importance to not only just the United States, but the world, particularly Argentina, where there is a lot of beef. And they never even mentioned Argentina.
Oh, good point. I didn't put that together, but you're
didn't
absolutely
either.
right now that you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Well, I doubt that any farmer or rancher will think that putting a mask on Bessie is going to do anything much more than irritate the human or the bovine. Thanks so much, panel, and thanks, Kelly. That's it for our Conservative 5 panel today. Check out our other C5 shows and segments on your favorite video platform, YouTube, Vimeo, Rumble. We're on them all. As well, Liberty Nation has its own Roku channel where you can see all of our TV productions. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, surf on over to libertynation.com. Special thanks to our fantastic editor and post coordinator, Frank DiOrio, and our executive producer, Sarah Cowgill. I'm Lisa K. Donner, editor-in-chief. Thanks for joining us today. This has been a production of libertynation.com, where truth is making a comeback.